Hey ho guys, it's me again. Going to do another little quick beer review tonight. And it's one from Lidl. Or Lidl, however you want to pronounce it. And it's this one. The Crafty Brewing Company, American style brown ale. 500ml, 5.0% ABV. A medium-bodied brown ale with notes of toasted malt, sweet toffee and coffee. Now I have to confess I have had a bottle or two of this over the last couple of weeks. The malts, they give a handy... The handy thing about these bottles from the Crafty Brewing Company is they give a little guide just there on the hop bitterness and malt profile. So the malt is at 3 and the hop bitterness is at 4 out of 5 now. So pretty balanced. Medium bodied with a nose of dark fruits and coffee mixed with floral and spicy hops. A toasted malt flavour with notes of chocolate and medium roast coffee. Light restrained toffee sweetness giving way to a low bitterness and malty finish. No, the Crafty Brewing Company are actually Rye River Brewing Company in Kildare, I think it is. Yeah. So they're the same crowd that make McGargle's line of beers for Aldi and I think Lidl, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Rye River Brewing, I mean, they must have 4 or 5 different names at this stage. Why, I don't know. Loads of other breweries brew and sell their beers to Lidl and Aldi, and they don't see the need to have pseudonyms for every different store that they're in. But whatever. Oh Christ, alright. Brown ale, we'll open it now. So this was about £2 anyway. Getting some straight off the bat and getting some lovely chocolate notes, dark chocolate notes on the nose. Nice small sweetness following that up. I'm not getting any of the dark fruits or berries that have been mentioned, so we'll go in for the pour now. It's a non-nucleated Dungarvan brewery glass. This is not too long out of the fridge. I will confess, but I do not like my beers warm. Force a habit, I do that anyway, whether they're bottle conditioned or not. And there's a lot of sediment. So there you go guys, it's not really going to come through on the camera now, but best way I can describe it is it kind of reminds me of the colour of Tigston Old Peculiar, except when you put Old Peculiar up to the light you get a lot of red in it. This is a lot more murky brown, but it is like a deep mahogany brown. Quite thin head. Going for a smell. Straight off the bat, I'm getting that chocolate nose up front. Now I am getting some hints of the what might be described as a dark fruit aroma, but they're very, very minimal. As again I said, it's nice and chilled, just the way I like my beers. And I'm getting sort of a dark cold steeped coffee aroma off the nose as well. So go in for the taste, sláinte. Just to double check in the bottle, I have to say there's a very prominent but not overpowering spicy bitterness up front, but that dissipates very quickly. It's very smooth, very minimally carbonated. But it's sort of a piney, spicy bitterness up front, but very quickly then the dominating flavour is dark roasted coffee. Now, it's a little bit too much for my liking, but not enough to put me off drinking it. And this is kind of strange because I do remember the last bottle of this I had was only a couple of days ago. I don't actually remember it being this bitter to the taste. I think given the initial spicy bitterness, maybe there's a little bit too much dark roast. There's a lot of like dark roast coffee, and there's also a lot of you know what you get off of a dark roasted black malt or roasted barley. A lot of that there as well. I'm not getting any of the chocolate that I was getting on the nose out of the glass in the bottle. I'm not getting that in the flavour, but it's that kind of almost tannic sharp bitterness from like a dark roasted coffee or roasted barley. Thin to medium on the mouthfeel, but very pleasant. Mouthfeel wise, it's exactly what I would expect a brown ale to be. All in all, it's not a bad beer, but I can see why they named it an American style brown ale as opposed to an English brown ale. It's a little bit too bitter, guys. Brown ales, to my mind, in my opinion, aren't supposed to be that bitter. But then again, I'm also one of these people, I don't see why you should have to throw a shit ton of hops into a beer to make it decent. Not that I'm against hoppy beers, but in a brown ale, no. I am there now getting some of that. It's like the skin of a dark fruit rather than the flesh of the dark fruit coming through. But definitely dominant dark roast coffee and like roasted barley. And an initial spicy, almost piney bitterness. A lot of flavours that I would say wouldn't be out of place. Maybe an American IPA or something similar. But in my mind, I don't think suited to a brown ale. Now, in saying that, for £2 a bottle, I still think this is a great beer. I think it's fantastic value. As I said, I've already had a couple of bottles of it. I'll definitely go back to it again. What would I give it? Oh, I'd have to give it a 6.5 out of 10. And just because the sharpness and the bitterness and the acridness is a little bit too overpowering. When I want a brown ale, I'm thinking more of Nuki brown ale. Not Nuki brown ale that you get now, but Nuki brown ale from 20 years ago when it was still made in Newcastle before Heineken took over the brewery, when it was made properly. Newcastle brown ale, let me think. Jesus, I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. But you get what I'm saying. There's none of that caramel sweetness in this. There's none of that toffee, even though it says it on the label. It's just not there. That's what I expect when I'm drinking a brown ale. But again, a good beer. Crafty Brewing Company's brown ale, which is actually Rye River Brewing Company in Kildare, I think. I think it was 189 or 190. It was €2 inside Lidl. Well worth it. I would definitely get it again. Definitely for me, I would have to drink it on the chilled side. That one there now, for some reason, that bottle is just... I don't remember the last couple I had being that sharp and bitter. There we go, guys. I'm sorry for waffling on. What did I say? 6.5 out of 10, I think I said. Definitely try it for £2. You can't go wrong. I like brown ales. Newcastle Brown Ale was one of the first beers that I ever drank back in the day, and I has a special place in my heart, as I'm sure it does with a lot of us. But this one, while it's a good beer and it's good value, it's a little bit too American for my liking. No offense to our relations across the pond. But tone back the hops, guys. Okay, talk to you again. Slán go fóill.